It's fantastic to get to speak to the two of you. I thought this film was very sweet and wore its heart on its sleeve. So I'm excited to get to talk to you about it. I'll leave it at that. So I am curious, with this kind of going back to basics rom-com that it feels very nostalgic but very sweet. What triggered this idea to bring back this kind of like this kind of sincere rom-com to the big screen?
First of all, you're going to answer that. Connor, are you in a closet? Are you in
No,
a horror
this
movie
is
right
my
now?
office.
You,
No,
you
this
have
is
an
my office.
incredible light on top of your head like that. Like you're scaring me a little bit. Are you
I'm
playing
sorry.
me right now? Are you? No, you look fantastic. Chuck, answer
Thank
that
you.
question.
So yeah, Connor, no, thank you. Great question. So Kevin really wanted to, we set up from the beginning, working on this with him together to create a throwback, something that goes back to those classic rom-coms that we all love that we can still watch today, 20, 30, some even 50 years later. We were referencing The Apartment,
Yeah,
Roman
with Jack
Holiday.
Lemmon. That's
Yeah,
so good for you for
phenomenal. Yeah.
referencing that.
And so that's really what we wanted to do. We wanted to create something that could stand the test of time and had a lot of that nostalgia from those older rom-coms that again are tougher to make these days and tougher to release. So that was the goal from day one. And Kim was, the role was written for Kim, Julian. So Kevin from day one was like, I want Kim Coates in this movie, the two of us together. And my brothers Pat and John went in and started writing.
I mean, it's fantastic because that makes so much sense because Kim, like
Right?
you were perfect for this role. So you
Oh,
bring so
thanks.
much energy to the character, and I'm wondering from there's moments that I feel like you like, especially there's a moment near the middle of the film where you kind of comment on an Ed Sheeran shirt, and it feels like that fight could have went on. Were there like improvised lines beyond the script that you guys threw out at each other? Was there a lot of that going on, or was
Every
it like strict?
every day. Yeah, that's the great thing about having such a great script to begin with. And it really was. The boys worked on it like crazy, and then you cast it. You get Nicole from Italy, you get me and Jonathan and the girls. It just all, we're all pinching ourselves at how all that worked out. And then you start to film it. And I mean this, I've done 75 movies, but who's counting? And I'm telling you, the greatest directors I work for, from Ridley Scott down, yes, there's a, you need to learn your lines and then you need to forget them, because acting truly is about listening
Mm-hmm.
and responding. And you don't know what you're going to say all the time. Yes, you'll be in that ballpark, but having Chuck and Daniel, his brother, who co-directed with Chuck, and Kevin, who's a legend. He's a legend in the comic world and as an actor, in my opinion. He's just a brilliant actor. To have that freedom of ad-libbing, we ad-libbed every day, every day, to make the
That's great.
scene even feel more
Yeah.
real, more natural, more spontaneous, because we already had a great framework. And you can see it on the screen. I mean, yeah, that Ed Sheeran stuff, that was in the script. And then we went off the script, and then we came back and then went off. And when we go later on, when they're talking about the espresso on the tongue and the
Yeah,
but
that
and
was
me and the,
good.
all
Yeah.
that's, and Kevin would just laugh and cut.
Yeah.
Kevin, can you
Yeah.
maybe not laugh on this one? I can't, Coachy, I can't. And anyway,
That was right.
that was a daily
That was
thing
a problem trying to get the clean audio.
to get the clean audio, because we had
With all the
so much fun with these two directing, and all of us together was a joy to shoot in Rome and Tuscany.
There's a really fun moment to kind of to go on that. There's a fun moment also that's near the middle of the film, maybe a little after, where your character and the character of Neil and Matt Taylor are also at a party, and there's like a karaoke type moment with Drift Away, and I was just wondering, like, because that felt very like it, like that song felt very, as Matt even says, kind of out of the blue, and I'm wondering, like, was that song always in the script?
It was always
Go, Chuck.
it was always in the script. And that was something Kevin wanted in there. And we thought it was the funniest thing ever, that they're at this Italian party and then they're, you're gonna go
Give
put
me a
on
song
Don't
that I can sing to and dance
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
This electric stuff. No.
And
Drift away.
and drift away. And that's the take that's in the movie, is the first take we shot. And Kim and Jonathan nailed it. And just, it was so funny and such a fun scene. And we were singing it last night watching
Yeah,
it.
we were.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Sorry, one more thing. Kevin
No.
and Jonathan and I, over the past year, when that song comes on the radio, we film it in our cars or whatever, and we send it to each other because everyone on the 70s, it'll come up and they'll play that song, and it just brings back so many good memories.
It was a very genuine and heartwarming moment, and I really enjoyed the film. So thank you so much for getting the time to talk to me about it, and I can't wait for people to check it out.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.